Only E.T. is with Travel Channel's Zak Bagans inside his haunted museum again, and I don't know why. Okay, so this is the room with the devil's rocking chair?
Now this is an artifact that witnessed an exorcism with Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now Ed and Lorraine Warren, they did many different cases, but this particular case had to do with David Glatzel, which is right over there.
Hold on, why are you walking back there?
Because we gotta get close to the chair. Come on, let's go.
Dude.
You gotta get close to the chair.
Zach, come on, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, this chair, it absorbed the energy of those events.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta remember that. This isn't the chair.
Okay.
But when you have an object like this that witnesses a moment like this, an event, a biblical moment that has to do with real life demons, it absorbs the energy from that event. And so this devil's rocking chair had a lot to do with this guy. This is little David Glatzel. David Glatzel was possessed by a demon. Ed and Lorraine Warren responded to this case. They tried helping out. And during the exorcism, this little boy was being assisted by this guy, Arnie Johnson. Arnie Johnson was David's sister's boyfriend. Arnie Johnson was looking at him like, come on, demon, come on, leave him alone, possess me, you coward. He was provoking the demon. The demon left David, possessed Arnie Johnson. Arnie Johnson then committed a murder. This was the very first time where the defense used demonic possession as an excuse of why their client committed murder. Now, the chair is behind this door. This chair, the devil's rocking chair, during these exorcisms, only Lorraine Warren and David Glatzel would physically see the beast sitting in the chair. And in this book here, The Devil in Connecticut, this is all true accounts. This lists all the mentions of the devil's rocking chair during that whole case.
Okay, so let's explain to everyone. This was in the Perrone house in Rhode Island.
No, the Perron family, that's a different case. That was in 1973. This was later in 1980. This is going to be inspiring the Conjuring 3 coming out in 2020.
Okay, so...
And it's weird that I'm all connected in all these cases all of a sudden where Ed and Lorraine Warren left off. The day that I bought the devil's rocking chair, Lorraine Warren died. Now that's a coincidence, that's crazy, that's weird.
When you buy these things, like the devil's rocking chair, who tells you about them and how do you transport it safely?
They're very hard to find, but people now know through videos like this, the museum, that I collect these things.
Yeah.
Now the guy that I had go pick up the devil's rocking chair, he's been working for me forever. He works on my security. And as he was delivering it, it's the very first time he's picked up everything in this museum. He had nightmares for several nights after picking up this chair. Now, David Glatzel's brother, wrote a notarized letter because he kept the chair in his family. He signed it, notarized it, and he said that this chair during those exorcisms was seen levitating. It would disappear and reappear. It would rock violently back and forth, but he said that anybody that has ever tried to sit in the devil's rocking chair had severe back problems. Now one of his friends is still having trouble walking today and had to have surgery.
So now you are going to sit in this chair for the special.
If I own this stuff, I don't own it just for people to come look at it because it's a cool museum. This is my life. To witness those powers.
Why are you going to sit in the chair, Zach?
Because I want to see if it's real. I want to see if it gives me back problems, you know? So I'm going to give it a try. This is actual audio from the exorcism. I got the actual tape with the chair. Nobody's ever heard this before. That's David Glatzel.
Get up! My God, get up! Let's call the
Not a shot. Not a
You
shot.
don't have to sit in it.
I don't even want to go near it.
I don't let anybody do this. Do you want to touch it?
No, I don't even want to go near it. This is
I don't
crazy.
ever give anybody this opportunity. But wouldn't it be cool if you felt something?
No.
Don't win me. I'll touch it with you. Come on.
No.
I'll touch it with you.
I'm right here. I'm watching you.
Get out of my stuff!
You can still see the oil stains from Ed Warren right here. That's holy oil.
This is crazy. This is crazy. The chair's possessed.
This is David's mother that is posing with
the chair.
Yeah, so you got to remember though, these are actual religious statues that Lorraine Warren gave the Glatzel family during the exorcisms. These are their rosaries from the exorcisms.
So let me just ask you, how long will you sit in that chair, and who will be around you in case you need medical attention?
I don't know. I don't know how long I'll sit in it, but I want to give it a try. This is an addiction for me. It's like when I find an object like this and I can buy it and I own it, it's like I'm not owning just the object. I'm owning a part of history in the paranormal world.
I get that,
But I'm owning the curse.
that's what I'm saying. Is there concern that eventually this curse could catch up to you?
Yes, 100%. There is. I'm playing with fire. That's
you
what
are.
this is.
Yeah, you are.
And there are going to be a lot of skeptics out there that wonder how an object can have a curse to it. But you got to remember the testimony of documentation that this chair has. You got to remember what Lorraine Warren and David Glatzel saw. They saw the beast sitting in this chair. So if you take something that is not human, it's an entity. It doesn't walk the earth.
Right.
When that something is using this object
Why does he keep touching the chair?
to raise it, to levitate and all that, what does it do to that chair? It forever curses it, and I believe it. So I am going to try to sit in it, but I only want to try to sit in it to see if I experience that. And if I do develop severe back pain and I do have to require surgery, then that's cool, because it's like I know that this thing really is cursed. Like that's magical. That's insane. It's cool, right?
That chair and the people who sold it to you.
Yeah.
When you bought it, how did they warn you?
With that letter. And they said that they don't want to have any part of it. Do not sit in it. You will develop severe back pain. His friend sat in it and actually had to have surgery and is still having trouble walking today. So that's all the information that I received directly from the family.
You know, the interesting thing about Zak is that when you watch him on TV, it's scary, but you're in the comfort of your living room. When you're here with him, it's terrifying. It's mind blowing. It's a little crazy.
It is. But I mean, are you sure you don't want to touch it?
Are you crazy?
Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm not going to touch. I was not going to touch it.
Now
That
that's
was
even
a
worse
joke.
because you were just mocking it.
No, I'm not.
Now that's even worse.
Oh my
now
God,
you have
Zak!
to
No,
commit.
now I can't.
And I'm not trying to make a joke out of this either. You mocked that. You got to commit.
I was not mocking the spirit. I was not mocking you.
When we opened up this exhibit, I didn't tell my guides that I was opening it.
Right.
And when we opened this up, directly above the chair, this is a flight of stairs. And at the top of the flight of stairs, right when I opened this door to open this exhibit, a lady fainted right above it, which is interesting. But could it be medical? Was she dehydrated? I don't know. But coincidences all line up. After that, I had 5 different guides that was unaware that I was opening up this exhibit, and 5 different guides all began to just cry uncontrollably and not know why. And then we had another gentleman, when this door opened, he was standing here, he was leaning against the wall, something was bothering him, and then he collapsed right here on this little fence thing right here. But it is cool to know that this object came from such an iconic case. You know, Hollywood depicts these Conjuring movies, and you know, Hollywood, you know, they like to, you know, maybe sometimes blow it out of proportion a little bit. But the coolest part about this whole thing is that on Halloween night, I am reopening a case from Ed and Lorraine Warren. You can see some actual Polaroid photos over there that I took from the case. And that was the original Conjuring. That was back in 1973, the farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. But what a lot of people don't know is you sit here, you're listening to me, you got a rocking chair, it's cursed. I believe it's cursed. I believe these things. I have other items here that are cursed and I have witnessed it firsthand.
But I feel my back tightening up.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you right now. I'm not you. I'm not you. My back just started to, that just scared the crap out of me. Holy crap. I'm gonna stand over here. I'm gonna come outside the room. That is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
You okay?
Yeah, it scared me.
All right.
That just scared the crap out of me. I don't understand that. That is really weirdly spooky.
You okay?
Is that my mind playing tricks on me?
If you really feel a physical sensation in your back, then that's
I was
not your
standing
mind
and all
playing.
of a sudden I was like, what the heck?
But a psychosomatic is knowing that there's a pain associated with an object, so you're looking for that pain.
Right.
However, you're
I'm
not
hoping
going to, your brain is not going to send a signal for your back to hurt.
Right.
But
right.
if your back is truly hurting, then something cool is happening here. But what did I tell you when you mocked the chair? You can't do that stuff.
I wasn't mocking the chair. I was literally.
I know, but
right,
what I'm saying is
right.
you went and you said that you were gonna go touch the chair,
Right.
and then you made kind of a joke about it. And I'm being dead serious.
And not 3
You
minutes
don't
later.
do that to objects like this. And let me tell you something. That chair that has the curse attached to it. Are you good?
Yeah. I swear to you, I feel a little pain in my back. But anyway, go ahead.
That chair that has a curse to it. When they made the movie The Conjuring, the first Conjuring, the actresses were getting attacked and it completely freaked them out. And they believed that just making that movie cursed them. And the main actress, Vera,
Farmiga.
she got scratches on her, and the same identical scratch pattern appeared on her laptop screen. Other actors and actresses would wake up between 3 and 4 every day thinking that they were being possessed. I'm getting a lot of chills right now, and it is not cold in here.
I come here to do this interview, and I was like, good, we'll go see this chair and everything, and it'll be, little giggles and everything, and I feel tightness in my back.
Mm-hmm. Well, just standing in proximity to it, we're talking about it. I have a lot of energy naturally when I'm around these objects, and it's weird for me sometimes to be there in front of the object telling its story with somebody as well. You feel it here, but sometimes I don't, but I am today.
Let me ask you this. Is there something, an object out there that you really want, that you are searching to get right now?
I don't really have one in particular. I let them find me. It's kind of a weird thing. I just believe in that. I believe in the spirits, and they're out there. They call me on investigations. But I want some stuff that's not known on websites. I want to go in some of those cultures where there's some things out there that are really bad, but there is one I want.
Okay, tell me.
A corpse of a clown is a real body, but somebody else has it, and I'm really jealous about that. But listen, I know that you're a little spooked, and that's cool. I'm glad that your back hurts. But there's something else that I want to show you to kind of reverse the darkness of this. It's a lot funner, I promise
all
you.
right. Show me something
But there is
fun.
something contained in a particular prop, and we'll open it. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Are you good? I'm glad you're back here. That's cool.
I can't believe it.
I mean, I'm not glad that you're hurting,
No,
but
but
you know what I mean.
it's the weirdest thing.
Okay, so recently, now I don't always am drawn to the darkest of dark, the cursed objects, things like
But
that.
you do have a lot of those.
I like balance. I have a ton of them, but I like balance. And I'm a huge fan, ever since I was a little kid, of a particular movie that has to do with my show, Ghost Adventures.
Of course.
What is it?
Ghostbusters.
Dun, 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 dun. Here it is.
Oh, wow.
I love this.
Hold on, how'd you...
Because I take a break from all the cursed stuff. I come in here and I get chills, but in a different way. Like a little boy excited that I'm actually able to own this stuff. Now,
That's the real deal.
this is the real thing. It isn't just the real deal. This is the hero ghost trap from Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The hero ghost trap means that it was used in all the close-ups, all the special effects scenes, and it still works. And this is how they used to operate it with that remote control. You still got the foot pedal.
To make it, to suck in the
It still
ghost.
fully works.
Wow.
But now is the question, should we release Slimer?
Let's do it. Come on. Now I'm not afraid of releasing Slimer.
So, Egon Spengler.
Yep.
Now, Harold Ramis.
Yep.
You know, he's
Passed away.
Yeah, he's passed away. He's the only Ghostbuster that has passed away. Not too long ago, there was an auction in London. I was able to get his actual screen-matched jumpsuit from Ghostbusters 2. That is his utility belt that was used in the first Ghostbusters, and I believe in the second as well.
So you found the utility belt and added it to.
Yeah, well, I got it all in the same auction.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also got his boots, and those are heavy boots. Harold had some really big feet, and that is just cool because
That's a that's a piece of history.
I think that he would like this. You know, just a message to Harold Ramis' family or his fans. I'm just glad that so many people walk through this door. We just opened this exhibit, but everybody that walks through here, huge smiles, they're clapping, they absolutely love it. That's what this is about. It's about preserving the iconic Ghostbusters. And this here, this is actual...
the backpack, right?
Yeah, this is the mold. This is the production mold that they would use to then make the proton packs.
How did you get that in the same auction?
All in the same auction.
Wow.
And Ghostbusters stuff ain't cheap.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, how was the bidding and how did you jump to the front to get it? Because there are museums and other places and just general collectors who want this badly.
I was doing this online and I just couldn't stop pressing the bid button. I just kept going and going. I didn't really care how much it was. So all of this stuff totaled $330,000.
Wow.
And you know what? That money is amazingly spent on items that are forever iconic in not only cinema, but also the paranormal, and they belong here in the museum forever.
And by the way, this museum has become one of the biggest attractions in Vegas, so it's constant upkeep, isn't it?
It is. It's constant, but we are expanding a little too. So, you know, I got another building opening up on property, but I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with me, I always say I'm a man of balance. I do have a dark side that's attracted to those things, but I don't worship anything bad and I don't do anything bad. But
you bring a lot of bad things in here.
But it's the curiosity and it's the joy to see somebody be affected by one of my objects, and that you don't experience that a lot on your interviews.
No, you don't understand.
I'm sure you got some creepy celebrities you interview, but do you really have that where you're freaked out? That was a cool moment for me.
I am really counting down all the possible things that could have been wrong. Was it that I got on a plane and flew here this morning? Was it that I even need to pee? Because what made my back hurt at that moment?
I don't think having to pee would that hurt your
I don't
back?
know. I'm trying to figure out something to make sense of it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Well, keep questioning it, because that's what happens when somebody has an experience with the paranormal. But Vigo's behind you.
I know. I know.
He's giving you a dirty look. Now that is not the original Vigo the Carpathian, but this is cool, isn't it?
This is amazing,
Isn't that
and
cool?
the fact that you actually have the working deal back here.
Yeah.
How often do you come in here and take it out and play with it?
I just put it in here.
Oh, did you?
We just opened up 2 days ago. But I'm already wanting to go through this little door here and start playing with it again. It's like when you're a little kid and your dad puts a remote control car behind glass. You're like, you know what I mean? I want to get in there and open it and play with it and set it out. And you know what I mean? But this is fictional. Slimer's in there. Slimer's in here. So if you want to come see Slimer, he's in the trap.
He's in there. Thank goodness. I needed this kind of like
Isn't this
moment.
good?
Yes.
It's like you had a scary experience and I let you watch cartoons.
I did have a scary experience.
You know?
That messed me up a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We are going to walk inside of the house that inspired the movie The Conjuring.
I want to see the well.
So Halloween night, we have a 2-hour Halloween special on Travel Channel. Curse of the Harrisville farmhouse. This is the actual farmhouse that inspired The Conjuring.
In Rhode Island.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, the Perrin family, they were there in 1973. All of this activity occurred. But what's interesting is that this legendary, iconic investigation, we were able to bring back an actual family member from the Perrin family to help us in the investigation, Andrea Perrin. But not only that, there's a lot of things that people don't know that they saw the movie The Conjuring, but there's a lot of details that you're going to see in our special that weren't revealed or disclosed. And before Ed and Lorraine Warren responded to this case, there were two other investigators, Keith and Carl Johnson. They're demonologists now.
Oh, wow.
They join us for this investigation for their own closure.
It was like the hand of God made a fist.
What's that?
Ow!
What side? Where's it hurting at?
Side!
How scary was it going into that farmhouse?
Going in there, as soon as you go into the farmhouse, you lose track of time. And this isn't just me saying this. Everybody that went in there, they were lost in space, lost in thought. Even Andrea Perrin was being affected. The demonologist, Keith and Carl Johnson, something happened to Carl that you will see on Halloween night that really changed the whole course of the entire investigation. It was disturbing.
How do you leave something like that behind?
You don't. It stays with you forever. I take a piece of every investigation with me. The difference of this investigation, it was a long investigation. We were there longer than normal. But I was sick for 3 weeks after this investigation, like violently ill. And it took a lot out of me. And I went in there and I examined everything with my team, but there was too much evidence that we captured. And that evidence really proved to us that the current family that's living there now, and they are experiencing things, that told us that whatever was affecting the Perrin family is now affecting this family, and that's why we really had cause to go there and try to help. It was interesting. It's a very ancient entity that is haunting the property in Harrisville.
Something took 2 steps at me and lunged at me out of that closet just now, right in front of me. Oh my God, it's the hangers!
Is it one of the most haunted places?
Absolutely,
on the planet?
100%. And people have been trying to investigate it for years and years and years. So we were given this exclusive opportunity, and it delivered on all aspects. And we didn't know what we were gonna walk into. But just being able to bring people from the original case that inspired The Conjuring, to have them by our side, to investigate with us and see the effects it had on them, and them wanting to do this for closure of what they experienced back in 1973, it's deep. It's a deep investigation, and it took a piece of me when I left.
You keep upping the ante because, you know, we came here before and we saw the divot box, which was spooky. We didn't open it.
Let's open it.
No,
Okay.
stop.
Okay.
But now we just did this chair, and this really kind of reached out and affected us.
On Halloween night, you are going to see me
Right.
try to actually sit in the chair. This isn't for a stunt. It's not for anything like that.
It's
This is
crazy.
It's because these are my items. I collect them. And to see somebody like
It's
you
crazy.
say that happened,
That's crazy.
I want to experience it. I mean, I want to walk, but I want to experience it. Are these items truly cursed? I know the Dybbuk box is. I know some other ones are here, but it's a thrill. It's an absolute thrill to have an object be present during such a historic, iconic case of demonic possession, and along with these exorcisms. That object is made out of wood. It's an earth-grown substance that records that event residually. But did the demon that claimed that chair as its own, did that demon forever put what we know as this supernatural force called a curse, so that anybody that goes near it or anybody that mocks it will then feel the effects of it? I'm being serious.
No, I hear you. It literally feels like I have been on my feet for like 24 hours in a pair of like hard shoes, and
but
your back starts
what I'm
to cramp
saying
up
is
and
that
hurt.
you didn't feel that before you.
I felt fine.
you
I walked in
mocked
here
it.
fine. I walked in here, I was fine.
Right. And I'm not saying you mocked it, you disrespected it, but you were like, oh, I'm not going to touch it, and then you didn't. But I think that moment could have done something. If truly what you feel, and I believe you, because I know the look on
I'm
your
not
face,
joking. I'm not
and I know
joking.
you.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
I
I'm
know.
not- yeah.
But if you want, reverse it, commit it, and maybe that will. It's up to you.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
No, I always wonder, like, how do I end up getting these things?
Yeah.
And how they all connect together. You know, I get the Devil's Rocking Chair. Coincidentally, Lorraine Warren dies within hours after I bought it. That's a coincidence. But in my field of work, coincidence, it means something more to me.
Right.
And then now, all of a sudden, a house that was closed its doors to any paranormal investigations for decades, all of a sudden it opens up and, hey, right when you get the Devil's Rocking Chair, do you want to investigate this case? It's just, things always are lining up in my world, in my paranormal world. So when I come here to the museum, I'm bored with day-to-day life. Just getting in your car, going, doing a job, coming home.
Right.
You come here, you feel things. There's a lot of energy here, and it's very mysterious the powers that these things have. And it's even cooler to see somebody have a real experience that bothered you, and I get gratification from that.
I swear to you, it's real. It's real. It's real. I will not go in that room again.
Next Halloween, Kevin, I want you to stay in the museum by yourself.
No way.
Overnight.
No way.
By yourself.
Not a-
Think about it.
I'm shocked at how, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna stretch, I'm gonna see like what the hell's going on with my back, for real. Like I'm a little nervous about that. There is no way, I would lose it.
Think about it.
You
you don't have to answer it right now. Think about it.
After coming here, we talked about this museum for months.
Right.
Okay, and we are all still a little terrified of coming. We were all a little afraid to come back, I'm being honest with you. And now to think about staying in here for a full night
By yourself.
would be.
And I'm gonna
the
have
most-
different places where you have to go every hour. We'll put sleeping bags in every little place.
It would break me as a person. I'm gonna be honest with you. It would break me you would probably see me break.
I don't think you would. But if you do, it would, everybody will be watching to see how or why you broke, and then we'll research the reasons why, and we'll check the security cameras and see what happened. I think you have a connection here, and I think you should stay here by yourself for a whole night next Halloween. The invitation is there.